The powerful vehicle industry has been booming the past few years. Each vehicle is designed and manufactured according to its utility in the market. Trucks are used for the transportation of goods across long distances. Therefore, these have immensely powerful engines, super strong body structures, and huge carrying capacity. On the other hand, cars and passenger buses are more focused on comfort and safety measures. Well, all this is applicable when things are normal, but some people like to experiment with crazy ideas such as putting a forceful engine in a small vehicle. How it works and what effects it has on the final product becomes an interesting study. Although such unique vehicles don't enter the mass production phase, they at least invigorate the curiosity of the masses. Today we'll talk about the most powerful vehicles which are fitted with crazy engines. Before we begin, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more amazing content. Scania Chimera and Scania Red Pearl. The Swedish engineers created a peculiar combination of a car and a truck. This strange truck can attain a speed of 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. How is it possible? It has a 1,460 horsepower Scania V8 engine. Creators of the truck believe it to be a futuristic product as its systems have been designed in a manner that different additions can be made and incorporated. Various hybrid technologies can be conveniently implemented due to the flexibility provided by the high-end systems. Manufacturers have used very high-quality materials. Resultantly, the truck has become excessively heavy as it weighs 10,538 pounds. If you have a look at this red truck, which seems to be a gigantic Hot Wheels model, it's based on the Scania T500. Its most prominent feature relates to its twin-turbocharged marine engine, which provides about 1,000 horsepower. Accordingly, its engine weighs 1.3 tons and it possesses a 64-valve injection system, whereas its top speed reaches 130 miles an hour. It's capable of accelerating to 60 miles per hour in just 5 seconds. The creators of the truck were extremely conscious and paid extraordinary attention to the design, finishing, styling, and other allied works, which took about 2.5 years. You may wonder what the numbers marked on the doors mean. It's actually the birthday of tuning legend Sven Erik Bergendahl, whose design office built this stunning vehicle. K034 Modified Vehicle. Probably a lot of people love to ride on the waves while using motorboats. They would be thrilled to watch this modified vehicle. After having gone through all the upgrades, the modified vehicle has a 677.4 cubic inch engine which operates on alcohol-based fuel. However, the engine produces extraordinarily loud noises. Resultantly, one would be forced to wear ear protection gear. The person who releases this video claimed that he built this giant boat in close cooperation with his father. The video shows that he's quite an expert. The modified vehicle cum boat was successfully tuned and tested. Do you think some fish would stay in the water where this loud noise-making machine operates? Numerous viewers of the video were excited and desirous to install this engine on different types of vehicles and equipment, including a lawnmower. Dragsters. For those who are interested in sports records, the drag race might be an interesting competition. We can see a drag race on the screen. Usually a drag race is 1/4 mile long, but speeds here reach extremely high levels, such as 180 to 249 miles per hour. A racer named Sammy Miller holds the record for this unique competition. Once he managed to cover the distance of 1/4 mile in just 3.22 seconds. This glorious feat was recorded on a video, but due to some reasons, the record was not locked. Therefore, a record of 3.58 seconds, also achieved by Sammy Miller, was taken as reference. The predominant feature of dragsters is reliability. They may run even less than 100 miles during a season, but they experience huge loads. Therefore, in the drag race, a lot depends on the expertise of the driver, but equally important is the role played by the car mechanics. Thor. Entrepreneur Mike Harrer took 7 long years and a whopping $7 million to build this stunning truck. Mike Harrer is known to be a specialist in the management of restaurants, shopping malls, and industrial parks, etc. However, his prime interest lies in creating some unique and unprecedented machinery like this truck for racing. He has named this truck after the Scandinavian god of thunder. The truck is powered by a 3,974 horsepower V24 engine, which can reach top speeds of approximately 130 miles an hour. The length of the truck is 44 feet. Due to the large blind spot, its driving is quite tricky and requires extraordinary skills. Special cameras were installed on the truck for improving visibility, but it surprises everyone on seeing it for the first time. You just cannot comprehend how enormous it is in just one glance. IDA Automotive Hemi Healy. This is a 1956 vintage car which was immaculately restored by specialists of a US car restoration and recycling company. The history of this car has been magnificent, as it had been used in various competitions. Besides that, the restoration of the Chrysler Hemi engine has made it an extremely successful car. Its restoration process took many months, and even some parts like the intake had to be reconstructed from scratch. You may be wondering about the size of its rear wheels. Well, these tyres were particularly designed for drag racing. The peculiar outlook of the car, as well as the sound of the engine, attracts youngsters because of its speed. The BLASTOLENE Special. Do you know what will happen if an engine of a tank is fitted in a car? It would really look like magic. The car which you are seeing on the screen weighs 9,480 pounds, whereas it has a Continental engine which is used in armoured vehicles. The engine was once used in an M47 PATTON tank. The engine alone weighs equal to that of a Volkswagen BEETLE. Based on all the upgrades, it's capable of delivering about 1,200 horsepower. The car measures 252 inches in length, which necessitates planning for parking space. The special model is currently owned by a famous comedian and car collector, Jay Leno. The car also appears in the racing simulator Gran Turismo 4. 1932 Ford Coupe powered by V12 twin-6 GMC 702. This Ford Coupe was manufactured in 1932. Due to extensive renovation, the car has become worth appearing in a racing movie. The unique car is equipped with a gasoline engine having a capacity of approximately 300 horsepower, whereas its volume is about 702 cubic inches. Its engine is quite unprecedented and seems unusual. You may find two V6 engines placed one behind the other, but in reality it's a V12 engine with a single crankshaft and camshaft. According to the engineers, it requires two radiators to cool it down, and these are some of the largest ever designed by them. They had also to build an additional reinforcement supporting the weight of the coolant. Chuck Beck's V12 motorcycle. Chuck Beck is considered to be a legend among the American classic car enthusiasts. He's built a custom bike having a distinct shape owing to its unusual engine, a Lamborghini ESPADA V12. This unique bike is capable of reaching up to a speed of 140 miles an hour. The designer had installed a gearbox from a Volkswagen Type 3, which has turned it into a comfortable riding machine. Its design was entirely tailor-made. Beck is delighted with the end product. Every aspect of the bike is blended harmoniously into the overall look. The bike is conveniently used like any motorbike. Volvo BM470 Bison V12. This tractor was created in Sweden and is provided with a V12 diesel engine which can produce over 800 horsepower. This is the same engine which had been used in T54 and T55 tanks. Due to the size of the engine, it has grown in length, but it is quite useful for pulling out a few cars bogged in a ditch. It can accelerate up to 99.4 miles per hour when idle. At full throttle, it's been recorded to reach up to Mach 4. Chevrolet C10 Pro Street, the RHINO C10. This Chevrolet pickup truck, which used to be a school truck, can surprise everyone with its incredible renovation. This renovated version hardly has anything in common with the original version released in 1960. It has a stunning sound of its engine and a glorious design. However, its decreased ground clearance has almost eliminated its previous off-road driving capabilities. But driving it on city streets offers immense pleasure to the driver and an attraction for the passers-by, particularly in the morning hours. The word RHINO inscribed in the name indicates its styling in several ways, including the horn fitted on the hood, the body stance, and the most striking colour scheme. VW Beetle W679A radial engine. The history of the Volkswagen Beetle can be traced back to the 1930s when German designer Ferdinand Porsche decided to build a simple and affordable car. His work continues, as you can see in this modified version of the Beetle. The car seen in this video seems to properly belong to the next generation Mad Max sequel. It has a 220 horsepower Continental engine which was taken out of a 1941 M2 tank, and it's been converted to propane fuel to save on high fuel costs. For balancing the weight on both ends, the master poured about 200 pounds of cement into the front trunk of the car. BMW Brutus. This monster car seen in the footage is equipped with a V12 jet engine which can produce up to 750 horsepower. It has high fuel consumption, that's 0.3 gallons per 0.6 miles, and it can attain speeds over 62 miles per hour. The stunning engine is 6 feet long and its weight reaches 1,124 pounds. The engine has been installed in a 1908 LA, France. The sturdy body of the BMW proved to be capable of holding the huge engine. This BMW Brutus is a museum piece and is occasionally displayed in exhibitions in Germany. The flames coming out of the engine can easily set the lawn on fire, therefore a man with a fire extinguisher has always to be present beside the car. Bluebird K7. It would be quite difficult to guess whether this machine seen in the video is a boat or a plane. Well, it's a jet-engined hydroplane. This model successfully attained a speed of more than 276 miles an hour and was instrumental in setting many world records for speed over water. The Bluebird K7 was initially commissioned in the mid-1960s. Till the end of the decade, it was the only model of its kind which operated successfully. Its main feature was the Avro 683 Lancaster heavy bomber engine. In 1967, while attempting to set a new record, a hydroplane drifted away from the surface of the water and badly crashed. The body of the pilot, Donald Campbell, could not be recovered. The parts of the plane which could be collected were backloaded for restoration. Bentley-Packard Mavis. The British engineer Chris Williams built this incredible car. Its distinct feature is a 2,600 cubic inch aircraft engine having the capacity to produce 1,500 horsepower. While driving, the car is fully covered with thick clouds of smoke and flames, as if it is a monster. Its producer confided that building this car proved to be the biggest waste of time, money and engineering of his life. It has been developed based on a 1930 Bentley and has 24 exhaust outlets. It weighs 5,291 pounds. It's usually parked in a museum but can occasionally be seen at various events. Volvo PV544 D12A. This Volvo car has got a tank engine which can produce 520 horsepower. The author of this project purchased the D12A tank engine for $1,867 from a classified ads website. After quite some time, he found a Volvo PV544, a retro car which was produced between 1947 and 1965. Combining these two giants required enormous effort, including manufacturing the planetary reduction of the gearbox by the engineer himself. Tests and trials are showing satisfactory results as the project progresses. We hope the content helped to invigorate your interest in crazy, powerful vehicles. Do share your views in the comments section below. We'll be back soon with another smashing video for you guys. Until then, have a great time.